Hello and welcome to Math with Mrs. Becker. Today in Precalc, we are going to finish up section 4.3 where we are doing transformations of matrices. Now yesterday we looked at translations. Remember, that's where you can take a shape and slide it up, down, left, or right. In order to do that, you find the sum of two matrices. The other transformation that we looked at yesterday were size changes. That's where you can make a shape larger or smaller by multiplying by a scalar. Remember, a scalar is a number that you can distribute. You'd have to multiply it into every entry of the matrix. Now today we're going to look at reflections as well as rotations. So we are going to flip things over the x-axis, over the y-axis, and then we will end the section by spinning our shapes. So the first thing, when you are doing reflections and rotations, you are multiplying. So remember our matrix multiplication. The one thing that's really important is that the transformation matrix is on the left side. Okay, you have to make sure that that is what comes first. So if you want to reflect a figure across the y-axis, you are going to take the ordered pairs and multiply them by that matrix. Okay, so if I go ahead and I start off with the shape P is at 2, 2. Q is at 2, negative 1. R is at right 4 up 1, 2, 3. So here is my original shape. Okay, so we're starting off the same way as yesterday. Now I have to turn the ordered pairs into a matrix. So P is 2, 2. Q is 2, negative 1. R is 4, 3. Now, in order to reflect it across the y, and you'll want to keep your notes handy as you're doing the assignment because you'll have a different matrix to multiply by depending on what transformation you're doing. But if you're reflecting across the y, the matrix is negative 1, 0, 0, 1. I can multiply this because it's a 2 by 2 and a 2 by 3. So the middle two numbers would match, and I will end up with a 2 by 3. So remember, it's horizontal row by vertical column. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2, plus 0 times 2 is 0. So this is negative 2. Second column, negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. 0 times 1 is 0. So that's negative 2. Negative 1 times 4 is negative 4, plus 0 times 3 is 0. Negative 4 plus 0 is negative 4. Done with the top. Now I go to the bottom. 0 times 2 is 0, plus 1 times 2 is 2. 0 plus 2 is 2. 0 times 2 is 0, plus 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. 0 plus a negative 1 is negative 1. 0 times 4 is 0, plus 1 times 3 is 3. 0 plus 3 is 3. Now it's in the same order. This was P, Q, R, so this is P prime, Q prime, R prime. Now we graph them on the same grid. So if I go to the left 2 and up 2, this is P prime. If I go to the left 2 and down 1, this is Q prime. If I go to the left 4 and up 1, 2, 3, this is R prime. Connect them, same shape, same size. What happened is it reflected, so it became a mirror image over the y-axis. Let's look at a few more. Okay, if you want to reflect something over the x, this is the matrix you're going to multiply by. So again, as you're doing your assignment, you need to keep your notes by you. If you want to know how to reflect over the y, that was on the previous page. If you are reflecting over the x, this is the matrix you use. Okay, so let's start off by graphing our original shape, 3, 4, that is J. K is 4, 2. L is 1, negative 2. So we have our shape. Now I have to take that shape and take all those ordered pairs and turn it into a matrix. J is 3, 4. K is 4, 2. L is 1, negative 2. To reflect it across the x, you multiply by this matrix. You always have the transformation matrix on the left, so it has to come first when you are multiplying. This will get me a new 2 by 3 because I'll have my new ordered pairs. Top row by first column. 1 times 3 is 3, plus 0 times 4 is 0. 3 plus 0 gives me a 3. Go to the second column. 1 times 4 is 4, plus 0 times 2 is 0. 4 plus 0 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1, plus 0 times negative 2 is 0. 1 plus 0 is 1. Second row, 0 times 3 is 0, plus negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. 0 plus negative 4 is negative 4. 0 times 4 is 0, plus negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. 0 plus a negative 2 is negative 2. 0 times 1 is 0, plus negative 1 times negative 2 is 2. So here are my ordered pairs. This would be J prime, K prime, L prime, because it's always in the same order. J, go to the right, 1, 2, 3, go down, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here is J prime. K, go to the right 4, go down 2, so that's K prime. Right 1 up 2, that's L prime. So J, K, and L, same shape, same size, but it became a mirror image over the x-axis because we multiplied by that matrix. So those are the two different ways that we will do reflections in this section. Now let's look at rotations. We will look at 3 different types of rotations. Rotating 90 degrees counterclockwise, rotating 90 degrees clockwise, and then rotating 180 degrees. So again, the same thing is every single transformation, depending on the rotation, it's a different matrix. Okay, so you have to be careful when you're doing that assignment to make sure you multiply by the correct matrix. All of them are provided in your notes. If I have a polygon, this time we're looking at 4 sides, so it's a quadrilateral, A, B, C, D. A is at 0, 1, that's A. B is at 2, negative 1, 2, 3, 4, there's B. C, go to the right 5 and up 1, there's C. D is right 2, up 1, 2, 3. So here is A, B, C, D. Okay, so it looks like a kite. Awesome. Now, if we want to rotate that 90 degrees counterclockwise, we first have to take our ordered pairs, turn them into a matrix. 0, 1, 2, negative 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Multiply it by the transformation matrix. Again, make sure that that comes first. We will get a 2 by 4 because what we'll end up with are new ordered pairs. 0 times 0 is 0, plus negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. 0 plus negative 1 is negative 1. Second column, 0 times 2 is 0, plus negative 1 times negative 4 is 4. 0 plus 4 is 4. 0 times 5 is 0. Negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. 0 times 2 is 0. Negative 1 times 3 is a negative 3. So I have all my new x values. Now we go ahead and find the y's. 1 times 0 is 0. 0 times 1 is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. 1 times 2 is 2. 0 times negative 4 is 0. 2 plus 0 is 2. 5 times 1 is 5. 1 times 0 is 0. 5 plus 0 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. 0 times 3 is 0. 2 plus 0, sorry. 2 plus 0 is 2. So this is A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. I was in my head trying to figure out where the points were going to be way ahead of time. So negative 1 and 0 is A prime. To the right 4 and up 2, that's B prime. Left 1 up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's C prime. To the left 1, 2, 3, up 1, 2, that's D prime. So A to B, B to C, up to D, and connect. So it's the same shape that has just been rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise. 2 more transformations, guys. If I want to take our shape, our A, B, C, D, and rotate it 90 degrees clockwise, again, notice it is a different matrix. Last time was counterclockwise. This way is clockwise. So I have A at 0, 1, B at 2, negative 1, 2, 3, 4, C at 5, 1, D at 2, and up 3. So A to B, B to C, connect the D. So again, we have our little kite. Okay. Now what I need to do is turn those ordered pairs into a matrix. 0, 1, 2, negative 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. To rotate it 90 degrees clockwise, 0, 1, negative 1, 0. That will get me 4 new ordered pairs. 0 times 0 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. 0 plus 1 gives me a 1. 0 times 2 is 0. 1 times negative 4 is negative 4. 0 plus negative 4 is negative 4. 0 times 5 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. 0 times 2 is 0. 1 times 3 is 3. 0 plus 3 is 3. So there are your new x values. Now let's find the y's. Negative 1 times 0 is 0. Plus 1 times 0 is 0. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. 0 plus a negative 4 is 0. Negative 2 plus 0 gives me a negative 2. Negative 1 times 5 is negative 5. 0 times 1 is 0. Negative 5 plus 0 is negative 5. Last number. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. 0 times 3 is 0. Negative 2 plus 0 is negative 2. So this is A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. Graph it on the same grid. So A is at 1, 0. That's A prime. B, left 4, down 2. That's B prime. C, right 1, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. D, to the right 3, down 2. So A to B, B to C, connect the D. We still have our kite shape. It was just rotated 90 degrees in a clockwise motion. Last transformation, and we are done with this section. If you want to rotate something 180 degrees, okay, you would multiply by this matrix. So we're going back to a triangle. A is at 0, 0. B is at 4, 0. C is at 0, negative 3. So here's the shape that we want to rotate 180 degrees. Our matrix, A is 0, 0. B is 4, 0. C is 0, negative 3. So that's A, B, C. If I want to rotate it 180 degrees, I need to go negative 1, 0, 0, negative 1. That will get me my new ordered pairs. So I multiply. Negative 1 times 0 is 0, plus 0 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. Go to the next point. Negative 1 times 4 is a negative 4. 0 times 0 is 0. Negative 4 plus 0 is negative 4. Last x value. Negative 1 times 0 is 0. Plus 0 times negative 3 is 0. So this x value is also a 0. Let's find the y's. 0 times 0 is 0. Plus negative 1 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. This is a lot of zeros, you guys. Let's find the next number on the bottom. 0 times 4 is 0. Plus negative 1 times 0 is 0. What the heck? So this is also a 0. 0 times 0 is 0. Plus negative 1 times negative 3 is a positive 3. 0 plus 3 is 3. So all of that, and we only have two numbers. But we got this. So this would be A prime, B prime, C prime. Now this should be rotated 180 degrees. So A prime and A are at the same spot. B prime is at negative 4, 0. C prime is at 0, 3. So notice it is the same shape. It is the same size. It just rotated halfway around the circle. That is the end of 4.3. So again, it is a book assignment. I have provided the pages for you. You can find those in Google Classroom. You're going to look at numbers 6 through 9, 12 to 14, 21 to 23, and then jump ahead and look at 26. So for each one, graph the pre-image. So what you start with, you graph. You create a matrix out of those ordered pairs. Use your matrix operations to find the new ordered pairs. Graph it on the same grid. So exactly what I just did. So again, as you're looking, like we're starting with 6 through 9. So 6 to reflect across the y-axis, you'll have to refer back to the notes to find that matrix, the transformation matrix. Number 7, they're having you reflect across the line, y equals x, so they provide that for you. Okay, when you're looking at the next one, they go ahead and give you the ordered pairs. Here's what the shape looks like. It's like a little flag. They want you to multiply by this one for number 8, then see what happens. Well, if you want to know what happens, you go back and look in your notes and see what this matrix would do as far as reflections and rotations. Okay, so today is just a book assignment. When you are all done, take pictures of it and submit it for me, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.